Hello and welcome back to Brock's Basement. This is going to be a video for my pull list, my comic book pull list for the week of March 29th, 2023. Fair amount of books this week, so let's get right into it. First up, we have Action Comics number 1053. I am not caught up currently with Action, but I've heard good things. People are really enjoying kind of the restart to kind of the Superman family titles. With this Dawn of DC stuff. So I've read the Superman number 1 and I've read the Adventures of John Kent, and they're interesting enough that I'm like, let's see where they go. I just haven't had a chance to get to Action yet, so eventually. Next up, we have Batman Gotham Knights Gilded City number 6 of 6. This is the last issue. I still haven't opened any of my polybags. I have no idea if I'm going to actually get the game. I haven't heard the best reviews about it. My roommate played it for a little while and he found it okay. We'll see if it's something that I play down the road, and if so, I'll probably bust open the things and get the skins that they give you. So, I haven't even read the story. Next up, we have Dark Knights of Steel, number 10 of 12. What can I say? This, it's really good. The issue I have is I'm not caught up. I need to get caught up. So. But Dark Knights of Steel, Tom Taylor does an amazing job. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend it. Next up, we have Detective Comics number 1070. Ram V is just knocking out of the park with whatever he does. I haven't read his detective stuff yet. I'm hoping to remedy that. But getting caught up with stuff is slightly tricky when you have so much to read and so little time. But I'll get through it. Next up, we have Gotham City Year 1, Issue 6. I'm caught up with this one, and I'm super excited to see how this ends from Tom King. Phil Hester does the art. Great stuff. If you like crime noir stuff, it's definitely something that's up your alley, and you should check it out. Harley Quinn, number 28, is next. It's Harley. I get everything Harley. I'm not caught up with Harley. Yeah, I need to get caught up. Leave it at that. Next up is Lazarus Planet Revenge of the Gods number 2. I've read most of the Lazarus Planet stuff and I'm not like completely impressed. Lazarus Planet came out of Batman vs. Robin, that miniseries. Really great miniseries. Really enjoyed it. It just felt as if most of that story was the beginning of Lazarus Planet, and like the last issue or last issue 2 issues was towards the end, and they did this thing. I didn't need it to, like, it could have just been Lazarus Planet. That was the story. That's what they told. But they kind of went with that, was it Batman versus Robin kind of thing, just to kind of get eyes on it. And I think that hurt it in the sense that if you got eyes on it, okay, Lazarus Planet, let me go with this, but then you had to read all of the one-shots that were like a collection of 4 stories each. Except for a few that we're going to continue. I don't know. So this is another one that's continued, even though Lazarus Planet's over. I don't know. Not the biggest fan of Lazarus Planet. Next up, we have Once Upon a Time at the End of the World by Jason Aaron. I actually got caught up with this book. I really have liked it so far. I know indie titles are sometimes hard for people to get into, but I've really enjoyed this one. This quirky little tale of, boy meets girl in a post-apocalyptic world, and all the stuff that like kind of what I really enjoy about this is they kind of build a relationship of being just in the same space. But there's tons of stuff going on. They go to the past, they go to the future. Like, you see a lot of different stuff, but it's really good. I highly recommend it. Once the first trade comes out, maybe grab that and check it out. Next up, we have Punchline, the Gotham game. This is issue 6. Apparently, Joker has to be in Punchline Comics. I have no idea. Have I read any of this? I don't even know if I read any of it. I think I got caught up to it or just past like issue 1, but we'll see. Next up is Something is Killing the Children, number 30. I've enjoyed Something is Killing the Children since it came out years ago, but I think interest has waned. Our subscription numbers are okay, but our units off the wall is down to like almost nothing. Just interest in the book, I think, has waned over time. that and all of the extra side stuff like House of Slaughter, Book of Slaughter, like all of this stuff going on, when I think Something is Killing the Children really could have just been its own book, had its own stuff in it, and just not had all of these spin-offs. House of Slaughter for us is just sub only now. We didn't sell a single shelf copy of the last 2 issues. So at our shop, Comics Conspiracy, we cut, so it's down to sub only. So I'm still picking up House of Slaughter, but I'm not impressed with it. But Something is Killing the Children is still good. But I think interest is waning. That's also, I think, due to the fact that Tinian's just doing so much writing work that I think he's spread very thin. And I've said this before. Once writers start writing over kind of a certain amount of titles, around 3, they start to you see it affect the other titles. So what can you do? Next up, we have Star Wars: The High Republic #7. I don't even know. I think I'm issues behind on that one. And then we have Star Wars: High Republic: The Blade miniseries. I'll get caught up on those eventually. I'm a little disappointed with Marvel in the sense that they stopped releasing decent hardcovers of the Star Wars stuff. And kind of, I don't know what they're doing with it. So for me, it's kind of frustrating in the sense that I really enjoyed getting kind of reading it single issue, because there was we had a customer that would buy them, read them, and then sell them back to us, and I would reread them that way. But that person's no longer shopping with us. I think he moved. Yeah. Anyway, so I kind of transitioned over to reading those Star Wars books in graphic novel form, specifically the nice oversized hardcovers, because they were releasing those, but they've stopped releasing those. So yeah, I am not caught up on Star Wars, and I'm definitely not caught up on High Republic stuff, but I was trying the High Republic stuff single issue. It's really the only Marvel title I buy single issue is the High Republic stuff. Who knows? Next up, we have Stargirl: The Lost Children, #5 of 6. I'm a handful of issues behind on this, but it's John's. I'll probably sit down and read it one go. And yeah, I still need to read the Stars and Stripes stuff he wrote. Anyway, next up is a new #1 from DC, out of the dawn of DC stuff, and that is The Unstoppable Doom Patrol #1. We will see how this series fares. There was a preview in one of the Lazarus books. The team seems interesting. The concept hopefully will pan out. I've tried to get behind Doom Patrol in the past and just kind of been disappointed with the quality of the books. Even though the show is amazing, I really think that the comic books suffer from not pushing the envelope in the best way, or pushing it in a way that's completely utter. I couldn't even get behind the last one. So yeah, hopefully this Doom Patrol series is good. And next, finally, on the stuff that I pick up and take home, we have a Black Label title, and that's Waller vs. Wildstorm #1. So we will see what happens when you kind of mix Amanda Waller with the Wildstorm universe and all of the stuff that entails that way. So we'll see. The last Black Label book I read was the Swamp Thing Green Hell, I believe it's called. Yeah. It was good. It was okay. The delay between issue 1 and 2, I think, really affected the book, and 2 and 3 right one after the other was good, but I don't think it's salvaged enough. But it wasn't a bad story by Jeff Lemire. So next up, variant covers. Just have a handful this week. First up, we have the B cover for Gotham City Year 1. Right there. Who's the artist on this? George Molina. This is probably one of my top book variants for covers for the week. I got the old crime look, that old movie poster crime or crime novel look. Really, really great stuff. Yeah, so can't wait to dive into it once I get to it. Next up is Harley Quinn, but it's Little Harley in the Land of Nightmares, which is an homage to the Little Nemo. But Ryan Sook did a really awesome cover there, in homage to Little Nemo. Yeah. Next up, we have the Jenny Friesen variant for Harley Quinn 28. Everything about this cover screams awesome, but I'm not sure what the fish is for. It's an inside joke I don't know, or a joke I don't know. That's just me. But yeah, it's still a great cover. So I think it might be on my top. I did grab the 1 in 25 variant this week for Harley Quinn 28 by Dan Mora. Thought that was an awesome cover there. And of course, it's International Women's Day month, and so we have a Kathy Kwan cover for Harley 28. So I snagged that one up as well. Punchline had a Derek Chu cover I decided to grab. Of course, mostly because the Gotham City Sirens are on there, minus Poison Ivy. Yeah, it's Catwoman and Harley. Oh God, who's the artist on this? I'll have to open it up. Anadito. I don't know the first name, but this is Something is Killing Your Children at 30. The variant for that one. Thought it was totally awesome, so I snagged that one. And I grabbed two of the variants that are out for Unstoppable Doom Patrol. The first one is the scratch off variant. So I have no idea what's behind the scratch off. I'm not going to scratch it off. If we have copies left on Thursday, I might pick up one to scratch off to kind of see. But yeah, I don't know if there's different stuff behind here. I don't know if it's just a standard thing. Who knows? But I'm not scratching it off. But there's a scratch off cover if you want to partake in that. And then there was a Nathan Zerdy cover I snagged for Unstoppable Doom Patrol #1. That's it for the comic books I pick up in the variants that I picked up. It is the end of the month, which also means the previews came out. So the April previews, number 415, this is for books releasing in July of this year, is out. And so make sure to either head down to your local shop and check out previews, or if you use Comic Hub, the previews should be up fairly soon and you can peruse through that. I always get a physical copy just because I'm a nerd like that and I like to dog ear. But miracle of shipping and stuff, we also got the Marvel previews this week. So yeah, and it's featuring it's got the Ultimate Invasion is what they're doing, but they have the Incredible Hulk #1 by Philip Kennedy Johnson, which that actually might be interesting. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy the artist, but I might actually give that one a read. And that's the Marvel previews. But we also got the DC Connect. Yeah, look at that, for Flash 800 and Wonder Woman 800. Which means, guess what? We're going to be getting Wonder Woman #1 and Flash #1, I believe, in the next one. Or in this one, I have no idea. Most likely it's the next one. But yeah, grab your DC Connect. So that's it. I did pick up a board game, card game, deck building game, I guess. So Star Wars Fantasy Flight came out with a Star Wars deck building game. So I decided to pick it up. I have no idea. I love Star Wars. I need to get into playing, card games and board games more. So we'll see how that goes. But I snagged this up from Elusive Comics. It's the comic shop that we share a pallet with, and they sell board games and all that stuff. And they had one copy left, and so I decided to snag it. So that's what I picked up. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get into it. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I buy games. I don't know why. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, that's it for this week. Please like, share, or subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down in the comment section below. I'm still getting used to being back on the video recording schedule, so I haven't really sat down to kind of look at comments. I have no notifications turned on. I really just kind of shut notifications off a handful of years ago, and it's been a lot better. My life's been a lot better not having those constant dings. So if you comment, I don't see it until I actually go looking for it. I just have to get in the habit of looking on YouTube now that I'm posting more content. So please, if you leave a comment, be a little patient. I will get to it. But thank you for those that have left comments. Yep. And let's see what else to do. You can listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. We didn't actually record this week due to the fact that, one, Ryan's lazy, and two of our hosts had just gotten back from WonderCon, and I think they were just tired or something. So next, we were off this week, but we'll be on next week. There'll still be a link in the description below, so you can go check us out if you haven't checked or if you haven't checked us out yet. We have plenty of episodes for you to check out. You don't need to go all the way back to the beginning, but we do have a lot of content over there. You can follow, or you can help me and my fellow conspirators out through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with the hosting fees for the podcast, as well as for host myself to get stuff. So thank you very much to all of our Patreon backers. It does help out. I'm not sure about myself if I'm going to do it, but we'll see. Maybe I'll branch out. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is Brock Sager, even though that place is going down. You can follow me on Instagram at Brock's Basement. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else to say this week. I'm tired. I need to put this up. I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you stay safe. And yeah, enjoy some comics. I'll talk to you next week.